These people are rich. We know they are rich. They know we know they are rich. So why does them seeming to live a humble or like simple life appeal to you so much? Hi, I'm Isi Urabo and welcome to my channel. Please don't forget to like this video to help my video get seen by more and more people and to help my channel to grow. And I'll be gain more subscribers and more viewers. That's basically how it goes. Let's get on with the video. It seems like since the lockdown that affected a lot of people and really made glaring like the difference between the common person and the celebrities. There's always this new trend that celebrities and influencers are trying to hop on to make them seem more relatable and to their younger fans or even their fans in general. And the recent trend seems to be like celebrities and influencers that literally have millions in their account have been pretending like the rising food prices, rising rent prices, or general decline in affordability in general somehow affects them the same way that it affects those of us mere mortals that don't have shingbai in their account. The basic truth of life is a few people have privilege that the majority don't have, and that's how the world works. It's irritating to know like that a few people get to go to like the best schools or get the best jobs because of the kind of connections they have, but that's how the world is. What becomes annoying is when those same people who have millions in their account and can afford anything they want and they don't have to worry about money are those same people that basically are trying to convince you that although I have this privilege and I have all this money, really I'm just like you. I also have like problems like you. I also worry about money like you. They're trying to convince you that they are one of you by all means necessary, just a bit to set themselves apart from their fellow rich people and be like, I know I have money, but I'm not like this other person that is just throwing it in your face. I'm relatable. There's a particular like fashion aesthetic called poor or poor aesthetic, where it's basically where rich people go about in frayed, tattered, or clothes that are falling apart in a bit to seem relatable to like the poorer people. I'm not talking about thrifting or like second-hand clothing, although that could be a whole video on its own on how the popularity of thrifting and richer people also adopting thrifting has led to the spike in prices of thrifting to the extent that the actual people that need the clothes, that need the affordable clothes, cannot afford it. If you go to some Instagram pages, you will see thrift tops 6k, 7k. If I'm going to buy a thrift top for 7k, I might as well just enter a boutique and buy a new top for the same price. That is like killing the spirit of thrifting. It's supposed to be something affordable that okay, you get something fashionable to wear at or something nice looking to wear at a very good price. But at the end of the day, when the prices of the thrift clothes are competing with the prices of the brand new clothes, it's the poor people or the people who don't have any money in their bank account that get affected. But that's going to be like a whole different video if I ever decide to do that. If you like hearing more of it, you can comment down below and tell me if you want me to make a whole video on how like the whole spirit of thrifting has just been lost, like the main reason behind thrifting has just been totally bombarded and totally spoiled. Leaving that aside, thrifting, if you remember a few years back, you could buy a thrift top, you'd be like, you see videos of people on Facebook, especially it was mostly Facebook, being like, you would never guess how much I bought this top, and you'd be like, how much? And people would be getting like 2k, 3k, 4k, and you'd be like, no, this top was just 300 naira, 200 naira, and people would be like, it's a lie, there is no way you got this top for that amount of money. And it was like, okay, if you can't afford it, you can. If you can't afford something brand new, you can go get it. But then thrifting became a trend that became more and more popular. I know eventually like it's sustainable, but no, some people that are doing it, they're not doing it for sustainability, they're doing it because it's a trend right now. What happens with trends? When a new trend starts, a lot of people will hop on the trend just to seem like they belong, just to seem like they are trendy, just to seem like they're going along with the time, until eventually the price of thrift items went up. But a few people take this a step further. They go about in affordable clothes that the fans will just eat up and be like, oh my god, this person dresses so simple, their look is so cool but so normal at the same time. They don't want to throw their wealth in your face. But when you check the price tag of these so-called simple clothes, you realize that Gari and rice are not the same thing, or rather you realize that gari and golden morn are not the same thing. In certain lights they might look the same, but when it comes down to it, they are not the same thing. They might both be carbohydrates, but they are not the same thing. Let's have a few examples so you just be like, what is this girl talking about? Mark Zuckerberg's humble t-shirt, you know, the one that made fans compliment him that he doesn't show off his wealth, doesn't spit his wealth into people's faces, and he's very humble, he just dresses simple even though he's a billionaire. That shirt, we all know the shirt. It's custom made. It's custom made by an Italian designer, and the price ranges between $300 to $400. If you convert that to naira with the current exchange rate, that is between 181,000 naira to 242,000 naira for just a single shirt. So that humble shirt is not humble at all. That shirt costs more than some people's entire year's rent. So when you are praising somebody that they are humble, first of all, do your due diligence to check the price tag of whatever you are claiming is humble and it's just so simple. Because I don't know which one they are living in, but to me 242,000 naira is not humble or simple. Even Jack Dorsey that goes about in sneakers, and a lot of people will be like, oh, he wears something simple, he doesn't wear expensive Italian shoes. Jack Dorsey's sneakers cost upwards of $1,000, which if you convert that to naira is about 605,000 naira, or I don't know if the exchange rate is 2016, about 610,000 naira for just a single pair of shoes. Like I said, all these items that these people are wearing cost more than a lot of people in Nigeria's house rent in a whole year. Not monthly rent though, cost more than so many people's annual house rent. So if you like, be deceiving yourself and be thinking these people are just like us, they dress like us, they look like us. They're not like you in any single way, okay? They have money and they can afford expensive things. It's just that they can equally afford expensive things that don't look expensive. And that's where I think the idea of, novel rich and old money comes in, where, they say old money is quiet, is tasteful, while new money is the one that shouts. Whether new money or old money, like, I honestly don't give a damn. Both of them are money. You should have money in your account is the end of the story last. Whether you are new money or you are old money, the moral of the story is you have money in your account. So they can afford to buy clothes that are expensive, but at the same time will feel like fuel this idea to their fans that they're living a very simple and affordable lifestyle, even with all the money in their account. But do not be deceived. These people are rich. We know they are rich. They know we know they are rich. So why does them seeming to live a humble or like simple life appeal to you so much? They are not like you. They have money in their account. So why does them, like, this aesthetic, why does it appeal to people so much? I would never understand. And then there's a separate category of people that do thrifting or buy second-hand clothes as part, like, just to be part of the trend. These people don't care about sustainable living in any way. You see people who have like 7 to 8 thrift hauls a week. If you can afford to have multiple thrift hauls, not in a week, multiple thrift hauls, not over the course of a year or over the course of a month, but just in a single week, every single day you are thrifting, every single day you are bringing new hauls. If you can have like 12 to 13 new hauls in a month, trust me, you used to see some people on TikTok. You are not the market for thrifting. Let's just say the truth. You are not the person that needs thrifting the most. You see somebody claiming that they are thrifting because they want to like help the environment, to be like they are thrifting because they want to help the environment, they believe in sustainability. Yeah, they have the most expensive fuel run cars, most expensive gadgets. Their other lifestyle does not reflect what they are preaching. It's just only thrifting that they do, and that's because thrifting is in now. Just watch. The way trends go is that eventually it will begin to die down. When thrifting dies down as a trend, it will shock you very, very much that these people will lose interest immediately in thrifting and they will just hop onto the next trend. Like I said, if you can afford to do multiple thrift hauls in a week. Thrifting is a hobby and not a necessity for you. Let's just be truthful with ourselves. Like, there's no need to hide. You have money, have that money proudly. Let us all rest, okay? Hiding the money does not change the fact that the money is in your account. Another thing that annoys me is like this minimalist lifestyle, like having like the minimal things needed for survival. You with millions in your account, you can buy the most expensive multifunctional gadgets that can serve like multiple purposes at once and keep them in your house no matter the cost, because you have the money. So you can cut out a lot of things that you deem unnecessary. You are not the same as the person that they are barely making like ends meet, and to even buy food is a struggle for them. So you have no right to be looking down at somebody because the person is not living the minimalist lifestyle with you. You can buy a coffee maker that can on lights and maybe even play television, and at the same time serve as a refrigerator, and at the same time serve as a waste bin. I don't know if such a thing exists, I'm just saying my own. But we, the ordinary people, or rather people that have to struggle to survive, people that don't have the money that you do, that kind of gadget will probably be like 40,000-50,000 or upwards. I'm talking about dollars because that kind of thing sounds very, very impossible. But a multifunctional gadget that's like upwards of $1,000-$2,000, normal people cannot afford it. Normal people cannot afford it. So they cannot live the same lifestyle that you are living just because you claim that the newest trend is sustainability and minimalism. It doesn't mean that because you can afford to live that lifestyle, everybody else in the world can afford to live that lifestyle. And you cannot now be looking at your nose and be claiming that, okay, because people cannot follow you into this lifestyle that you're only afforded because of your money, those people, there's something wrong with them, or those people are evil or something. Like, I don't understand people that live life like that. A lifestyle that your money affords you is all well and good. I'm very happy for you if you can afford to live like that. But you cannot be feeling arrogant and be looking down on people that cannot afford the same lifestyle as you, that you can only live in the first place because of the money that you have. Just a few years ago, even like 5 years back, wearing ripped jeans, like jeans with rips in them, or oversized clothing, or clothing that seemed a bit old, it was a shame, honestly, until it started being done by rich people, and then it became something stylish and a new style. A few years back in Nigeria, wearing thrift or okrika or bend down select as it is known in Nigeria, we all know people will go to great lengths to hide that their clothes are second hand, because if you should wear that, you will get mocked and teased like very, very badly, that you cannot afford to buy something new. But once thrifting became something mainstream, especially like abroad in the US and in the UK, that thinking started trickling down into Nigeria, and now people are doing like thrift stores. People are proudly having like their different thrift Instagram stores, some with upwards of 100 and 200k followers. Why? Because thrifting is something that is seen as fashionable now when it wasn't before. So it's now something that is acceptable to do openly. Meanwhile, a few years ago, people would go to great lengths and lie their asses off just to hide the fact that their clothes are thrift. Honestly, why is it more acceptable for celebrities, people you know are rich, people you know that they are mega rich, a kind of rich that you might not even be able to, might possibly not even be able to attain in your own lifetime? Why is it more acceptable for them to behave and act like they are just like us, even though you know they are not, than for somebody that is hardworking, has put in the effort, has put in the work, has struggled to make that money, to just genuinely enjoy life and like buy things that their money can afford? Honestly, like, you have to really think this thing through and find like the basis in inferiority, like the inferiority complex that is the basis of this. Because why is it more acceptable for a rich person to pretend to be like you than for somebody that is actually like you to spend their money on enjoying life? Why is it seen as a taboo? That's the end of this video. It's ended up being more of a rant than what I planned, but this topic gets me really heated up. Don't forget to like this video to help my channel grow. Don't forget to subscribe, to see more and more videos from me. Also, don't don't forget to comment or tell me your thoughts on this. I want to know like different takes on this, what you also think about this topic. Love you. See you next week. Bye.